Good morning. Welcome back to the podcast. Welcome back to Tomboy Official. It's 8:38 a.m. on a Monday. Welcoming into the new weekdays. Here in LA, sun's been shining all morning. There's not any clouds over here near me. It's about 8:39 a.m. So I'm gonna look at day 27. This book is almost done. It's only 30 days. I basically didn't sleep good. I'll get into it. So, anyways, today's quote is by Don Miguel Ruiz. It says, "Under any circumstance, simply do your best, and you will avoid self-judgment, self-abuse, and regret." Don Miguel Ruiz. And it says, as you go through today, make a list of people you know that you wish did this workbook with you. All right. So, my intention for today is going to be to stick to the schedule without overwhelming myself. So I'm kind of, again, maybe like yesterday on Sunday, I'm kind of rearranging what I had planned to do, but I am going to do it maybe just in a different order and hope to maximize more energy that way. Today I'm grateful for healing processes. I do feel like I've been on this healing journey, and the process has been eye-opening, confusing. Today I will achieve pretty much gonna work on this store some. There's some things I have in place, some plans I have in place of what I want to do. I didn't have any coffee today. I'm kind of seeing if I will or not. I had like one vape hit because I got this headache again. But I think, so I'm adding this to the morning brain dump and how I'm feeling this morning. I think the reason why I have a headache is because I've been up for so long. Haven't really eaten breakfast yet. I'm going to polish off the end of this acai bowl, and I've got a perfect bar, some water, and I'm going to just eat through that stuff. I didn't sleep super good, and I don't really know why. I slept early. I think I started, my lights were off before 10 p.m. I took one of those hemp seed oil gummies around that time. Well, two, because the dosage is 2. But it's not full spectrum. It's not CBD. It's hemp seed oil. I don't know how much is in it. I don't know the amount. But it's more for like inflammation, that kind of stuff. But it kind of helps a little bit with sleep, I feel like. Or maybe it doesn't, and I just treat it like it does. I don't really know for sure, but I've been taking these Ollie Women's Daily Vitamin Gummies. They've got a bunch of stuff in them. So I'll take those after breakfast, and then I was just like a little I think I woke up before 4 a.m. or around 4 a.m. I looked at the clock around 4:30 a.m., but I was up earlier than that, and I don't know why. I can't remember if I was cold or hot, but I do remember at one point, I turned the heater off and on a couple times. Like, I try to get the house pretty warm, so before I actually went to sleep, I turned it down to like 66 or something ridiculous. It was at like 71 just to like pump in a lot of air because I was cold when I was trying to sleep around 10:30 p.m. And then I was like, let me just turn this heater up. So I remember heating up the house that way, and then I probably might have fallen asleep. I don't know what time I slept because I woke up. So I'm listening to that track again. So the track is like 2 hours long. So I knew it was gonna end by 12:30 a.m. So I woke up once sometime after 10:30 p.m. while it was still going, and then I woke up again and it was off. So I was like, well, it's got to be at least 12:30 or later. And then I went back to sleep, and then I woke up again, and I don't know what time it was. I was up a while, and usually I don't check the clock because I'm like, why check the clock? Like, it just frustrates me if I can't sleep. So I didn't check the clock for that reason. I was like, well, let me just go back to sleep, because if I know what time it is, I might be a little frustrated that I'm up or whatever. So I was like, let me just try to sleep again. And then I was just kind of laying there, and then I looked at the clock eventually, and it was like 4:30 a.m. and then it was like 5:30 a.m. and then the traffic starts picking up, and then the sky starts getting slightly brighter and brighter and brighter, and then the sun starts coming out, and then it's like, okay, like we're already in the morning. And I wanted to be working on my website at this time of day, but I do feel kind of like I didn't sleep a lot. So I was like, well, let me just sleep in. But I can't sleep in because I'm up. And I'm like, well, I don't want to miss breakfast and not, I don't want to sleep till like 10, 11, 12. I've got to be ready to leave the house by about 1 p.m. So, I'm going to eat lunch before I get ready to leave, but the day is just going to tick until that time. So I'm probably just going to relax until then. Honestly, like, I wanted to wake up early, get a lot of stuff done on this website, and then go out. I've got some stuff to do with a friend, but I was like, I don't know if I really want to do that early because I might be a little tired. So let me just relax this morning, go do the stuff with my friend this afternoon, and then after I meet with my friend, where I'm gonna see if I go do some errands. I'll probably get to the dispensary, probably bring a little pre-workout with me, go to the gym for a while. I don't really know if I'll have the pre-workout because I'm leaving at 1. So I'm debating, I might have the pre-workout around noon, like just like a third of it just to get some pep in my step. Have about a third of a scoop around noon. Then I'll get out of the house. I'll have energy. I'll be with my friend. We'll do what we got to do. We're probably not going to be done until like maybe 3, 4 o'clock. I don't really know how long, but 3, 4 o'clock. Probably not 3, but probably 4, I'm guessing. So that should give me enough time to figure out how to get to the dispensary before 5 o'clock rush hour traffic. And then I'll probably go during rush hour traffic to the gym and then hang out at the gym. So I'm guessing I'll be at the gym around 5, but I don't want to go, I don't want to have a pre-workout around like 4 or 5. So I'm debating if I'm going to have some around noon and then just let it kind of, go into the rest of my day. Another option would be, have some, like something else, like yerba mate. I love yerba mate. I might have some yerba mate around noon with my lunch. I don't really know. I just don't really know. If I've got to socialize, I feel like I'm going to have like some caffeine, because unless I fall asleep, I'm probably not going to have a lot of energy. But, why am I feeling this way? I don't know how I'm actually feeling. I'm pacing myself, so I don't feel negative this morning necessarily, just kind of a little surprised that I didn't sleep too good. I got in some movement yesterday. I wouldn't call it exercise. It was like something else. Yeah, why am I feeling this way? I don't really know. I don't really think the sativa kept me up. I was actually kind of drowsy last night. I was surprisingly drowsy, like on time, but I just didn't sleep that much, and I kind of thought I was going to sleep more and deeper and better, but I slept just really light, and I'm not sure why. It might just be because I didn't really get in a heavy workout, but I also had poor sleep yesterday, but I did sleep till 10:30 a.m., so maybe that's related. I don't really know. But yeah, I could feel that I'm a little tired, have a slight headache, but I think once I eat, I should feel a little more energetic. And I'm probably just gonna relax this morning. Or I could do it the other way and pump myself full of caffeine at this hour, work out before I see my friend, and after I see my friend, kind of end out my day around 5. But I don't know, because having to do something right in the middle of the day, that's usually when my energy tanks, is midday. So I do kind of worry, I don't want to be midday and then completely out of energy. But the stuff that I have to do isn't too extreme. We're not doing anything too intensive. How can I continue this feeling if I want it, or shift if not? I think I like the idea of resting more, because I wasn't expected to not be rested this morning, but it is kind of gonna waste my morning. But also, I'm only really getting 3.5 hours remaining of just kind of resting through my morning. So with this question from the book, as you go through today, make a list of people that you wish did this workbook with you. When I first read that question, I was thinking I wouldn't call it judgmental, but kind of more along the lines of who has something going on where they might benefit from this. But I don't know. I don't think, I recommended it to a friend already early on. And I'm debating if I'll put it up on my family's household bookshelf. I think there's this book by John Deloney, Change Your Future, Know Your Past, or Know Your Past, Change Your Future, something like that. Or Own Your Past, Change Your Future, something like that. That I found really helpful during When did I read that book? I think it was near Easter of 2022, because I was in Vegas. I think I bought it when I was in Vegas. But that is one thing for me that I notice about leaving town, which is something kind of weird, is that sometimes when I leave town, it gives me a different perspective on what's going on when I'm like in town and like on my day to day when I'm in my routines, and I can kind of see more clearly the things that aren't working out too well. And so I can adjust more like when I take certain types of trips out of town. But then it kind of like makes the trip a little weird, because it's like, okay, I'm out of town. I'm supposed to be on a little vacation, doing something different. And then like all this other stuff starts coming up. And so it's like these retreats with all this kind of like unloading all this like baggage. But I mean, I do notice the things that are going well too. Like I can notice when I'm making healthy food choices. Getting in the exercising is important lately. That's really one thing I'm trying to focus more on, because I think that's what's really going to help my sleep. But it's hard to get in a good workout without any caffeine in my system. But I do kind of feel better with no caffeine, if that makes sense. Like, right now I feel pretty good. Even though I haven't really slept too good, I did spend Sunday as a complete self-care day, and then Saturday, what did I do? What happened Saturday then? Yeah, Saturday was the day I got ill. Well, it was like early morning I did. But yeah, Saturday was the day that like I didn't really have my energy up until like about 2 p.m. So I've barely started getting my energy a little bit on track, but it is a little like off still. But yeah, like I don't, when it comes to the Don Miguel Ruiz, quote, it's kind of interesting, that under any circumstances, simply do your best. Like I know in, when I watch a lot of anime and Japanese shows and just some Japanese people I know, it's always like ganbate, like, do your best, like, or people say like fighting, like kind of like try to get your energy up to kind of push through a little more. But yeah, this week's goals are, by the 10th, I've got a financial goal I'm trying to reach. That's only like a few days away. And but yeah, trying to avoid self-judgment, self-abuse, and regret. I think that's definitely where I find my energy getting drained, is the self-judgment, self-abuse. Like, not really abuse necessarily, but I would say, the other day, I think when it was like Wednesday last week, when I was kind of like telling myself Wednesday night, I was like, I need to be kinder to myself and, pay attention to being kinder to myself, with the way I'm kind of like dealing with my memories and just my day to day and, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I'm still working on it. There's no real like easy way to work on certain stuff, but with this kind of stuff, I'm still working on it. I don't know. I feel like when it does come to just kind of the negativity that comes up in my mind, just trying to not be too stuck in those places. Like a lot of it's memories, a lot of it's like remembering certain stuff that occurred that maybe wasn't perfect, but it's like it really doesn't do anything for me to think about it. Like it does nothing for me to just sit and like think about all that kind of stuff. Like it really does nothing. Like I don't get anything out of it. It doesn't make me feel better. It doesn't make life feel more positive. I don't feel like better equipped for things. Like all it really does is like drain my energy and make it so I don't feel rested when I'm spending my free time. It doesn't really serve a positive purpose. And so sometimes it's like hard to snap out of it. And it's not like it's a lot, it's even like a lot of thoughts. There's always just like a few, it's like a couple things that just keep like recycling themselves. And it's kind of like, okay, brain, like why this? Like why is this the thing that I'm thinking about? That has like zero relevance for today. If I have certain goals, like I mentioned, like intentions and a to-do list and things, there may be nothing on that list that has anything to do with the thoughts that are coming up. It's like, what the heck is that about? So, I have noticed that's definitely calmed down a lot in the last couple days. But I think really my focus is going to be on like sleep, rest, and I'm kind of debating if I should add any caffeine to my day, because it might make me have a caffeine crash. It also might make me have trouble sleeping the night. But I don't really know for sure. But yeah, I'm just gonna rest this morning because I gotta go do stuff this afternoon. And yeah. So for lunch I'm gonna have a smoothie and I'll order something. I don't know what yet. And then for dinner, I don't know what I'm gonna get. I do need to calm down on ordering food, but I think I'm gonna go get groceries. I mean, groceries are still not cheap, so it's kind of like, I don't feel like it's, I don't know, like, I mean, yeah, ordering delivery is more expensive than getting groceries, but I feel like groceries aren't that cheap. Like, I can buy just a couple items at Sprouts and it's already 60 something bucks. Like, and I don't even get like a cart full. I get like maybe like food for like a couple meals for 1 or 2 days. Like maybe if I get like a couple sandwiches, one of those roasted chickens, some salad, a few fruits, some eggs, or some protein type thing or something like that, and then it's already like 60 bucks. So it's like not even 2 whole days of food. It's just a portion of what I would eat for 2 days. Whole Foods is already way more expensive than Sprouts even. And so my last thought for today, I'm still thinking on this, but I was watching that episode. I'm still finishing it. I have 30 minutes left with the episode with Sadhguru and Joe Rogan. So in that episode, Sadhguru was talking about, I don't know if he said in 2025 or 2035, there's expected to be food shortages, famines, issues with food supply. I'm not trying to be scaring people, but he was speaking to, towards the beginning of that talk, he was speaking to nutrients in the soil, and I thought that was important. It's like, what he said about nutrients is that, well, there's a lot. I don't want to go into the whole thing. But basically, he was saying to get the same amount of nutrients from something like oranges now, I don't know the number, if it was 9 or 12 or something like that. You'd have to eat 9 oranges to get the same amount of nutrients you used to get from one orange in 1920 or something like that. I don't remember the exact numbers and the exact years, but basically he was saying the food that we have, even the organic foods, are less nutritional in value. And so sometimes what people do is they eat unhealthy stuff and they crave and eat other stuff to supplement that the food that they're naturally getting isn't nutritional in value. So I think about what I ate yesterday, and I might start recording on here what I eat, what I do for exercise. I can pretty much track what I ate yesterday because it was just yesterday. So I think I talked about it a little bit, but I ate a perfect bar around 10:30 something. And then I had half of it in acai bowl, probably a little before noon or so. And I had a vitamin water. I was sipping most of the day. I finished that around 4:30, 5 p.m. or so. I was drinking it while I was podcasting yesterday, pretty much. I had, what else did I have? I ordered a smoothie that I didn't drink yet, so that's why I'm going to drink that today. Smoothies are definitely better same day, but, whatever. So that was earlier in the day. I didn't have any of the adult Pedialyte until evening, around 5 or so. I had an avocado sandwich. I know it had avocados, something spicy, maybe a little cilantro. I added black pepper and a piece of medium sharp cheddar cheese, just one slice. It was one sandwich, so I put the cheese one half, on each half of the sandwich. And then last night I was I'm gonna be hungry. Because I feel I ate super light yesterday up until 5 something. I had one red cup of full of Pedialyte. And then around 9, just before 9 p.m., around 8:45, I was you know what? I think I'm gonna be hungry. And so it was that time that I decided I'm gonna eat a little. And I wanted something savory. I was craving savory. I was craving something more like a McDonald's cheeseburger or something like that. But I was that'll take me way off the path of what I did today. And I was like, I remembered, I was like, I had 2 eggs that I had boiled that were still in the fridge. So I was like, but I don't think that's going to be enough food, really. But I was like, I don't want to eat like too big of a thing. So I made this instant top ramen, not a full pack, but half the noodles and half the sauce or powder, whatever you call it. I don't think those are healthy at all. Like, I don't think they have any real nutrients to them, but it's what I wanted. It was probably the best option to crave to the best option to kind of curve a craving for something. It wasn't really a craving for something unhealthy necessarily, but it was for something like protein, meat, salt, savory. Like, I hadn't really had anything like that during the day. I mean, the avocado sandwich kind of hit the spot, but not fully. So basically, I ate that. Oh, I did have chewables, Pepto chewables, around noon. Yeah, somebody's in the kitchen. And so, yeah, that's what I ate last night. And, yeah, it wasn't maybe that kept me, maybe that interfered with my sleep. It's hard to really tell, because I was like, I don't want to eat that much, but it was like 190 calories plus 2 eggs. So I'm like, it's not the worst option, but I probably might have been able to do better. Like, maybe having that smoothie last night would have been a better idea, but I was paying attention to it, though. I thought it through a little bit. So, I wasn't completely going on like ignorance. Like, I thought it through, so that's kind of all. I think that's about all I've got to say about that. And yeah, as we're approaching Singles Awareness Day, I'm kind of thinking a lot, lately I've been thinking a lot about, San Diego. Most of my friends are dating, married, like they recently were able to get into the engaged or serious relationship phases, and I think it's because, they finally have their jobs and housing settled. So I feel like, it's, that part's gonna still take a bit, but, I don't know, I'm not like too concerned, but, not looking for anything serious this moment. Not while I'm living here. So, yeah, but we'll see. There's some stuff on Meetup that I was gonna see if I wanted to engage with during this week. Like, not in-person meetups, but just online stuff for now. With local people. I might, and just see if I like it. But, that's I can talk about that more later. Like, I'm no longer alone. There are others in the house that are awake right now, so I'm gonna get to the food and eat and get on with my morning. Thanks for listening.